Hello! Welcome to week 2 of Spellventure live stream game dev. Ding, ding, ding. We've done a lot over the weekend. We put in some more inventory work. We also put in some statues. And those statues are movable, mobile, able to be activated. We initiated some activation sequences, some mechanics on there. Those mechanics are basically Nicholas was awesome enough to make a trigger where you can cast a spell inside the trigger box, the invisible trigger box, and that would, initiate the trigger cascade sequence of whatever you want it to be. So we did some really cool things with that. Make sure it's low. Let me turn on this. Check this out. There we go. Alright, so this is up. Ready to go. Okay. So what we did was we put in a little... So what I'm probably going to do, I'm really feeling it, is redoing the entire... I mean, I hate redoing things over and over and over again, but sometimes you just have to undo something to redo it. So because this is... We're getting a lot of ideas here of how it should look. So this feels more like a dungeon or a cavern that does something of light. So, but we have these statues here. If I run through here like so, actually this might be full screen. No, it's not. Okay, good. Yeah, we initiated new. We got new textures in. Well, they're the same textures, new materials. Now we have shadows, because the standard shader is the only shader in Unity that allows for shadows to be caught on it. The Toon shader did not, so now we just changed them around. We modified them so that they are like not high performance, but at least mid performance, mid to high. Yeah, I think I'm going to change a lot of stuff around. So I really want to keep these types of rooms, these types of walls and everything, but they're going to probably be for an underground, like a different subset or like a secondary dungeon. So I really dig that idea, but which means I'm going to have to draw out an entirely new dungeon, as well as make new rooms for it. It's going to push it back quite a bit if I do that. But we do want to... Wow, I was like attached to the wall. What? Why does it do that? It's so dumb. Yeah, we gotta get like a professional first-person controller in here, because this is just garbage. The one that Unity gives is just garbage. So we'll probably either buy a professional one, or make our own, but I'd rather not put that kind of work on Nick. Grab this journal. So yeah, so we want to do a demo. I mean, actually, I think I'm just going to say that right now. We're going to do a demo. We're going to have a demo out. Come on, baby. There it is. We want a demo out by the end of May. That would be really nice. We don't know if we're going to make that. June would be really great, but May would be better. Which shows the entire game flow state from beginning to middle to end. So you start at your home, you learn all of the little intricate mechanics of your house. You have a gardening ability. You can plant seeds and grow them, and they have to be watered. Perfect. My coffee's ready. They have to be watered. You can grow seeds into things like berries and other types of plants, and you can mash those at the alchemy table. Use the key here. And the alchemy table allows you to then create things like potions, as well as smash down plants and other materials like these rusty swords into what you need for spells, to create your spells. So that's the ultimate goal. And then, so the idea would be you need a spell though, right? So you go out and you grab you find a spell here in places like this, out in the world. Maybe granted audience with the king. Grab the light spell. So you can move him like that. Nice. Oh, I didn't do it right. There we go. And so the thing that sucks is every pixel light will almost double the amount of triangles because it has to render all of the polygons twice whenever you cast this. I just like moving them. I'm probably gonna put some stuff like that around the house. It's just fun just really fun to interact with. Cool. So we have the light spell. We don't want it right now because the player won't actually have it yet. So we want this torch. That's really nice. That looks great. Man, that looks great. What do we got here? Not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. Okay. What? Oh, okay. Thought something was going on. Alright, cool. Now I'll take the key. All my things out. Oh, I don't have the trigger on this? Collision trigger should give you a key, right? Ember lit. No, you gave me a key. Okay, give me a key. Maybe this door's off. I bet you the door's off. System open. Yeah, it's off. Okay, there we go. Ta-da. Okay, key silver. Alright, that works. Make sure we save that so the player can get through. So, but a lot of these systems we're going to reuse. So we're going to have this game, this demo basically set up for the demo, this entire level, and then after that, I'll likely completely rebuild or retopologize everything. I'll draw it out better so it makes more game flow sense. There's more interesting things to do, but the idea right now is that we are just getting the very basics in so the player understands. Or prospective players, I guess, will understand. We're also learning so much. We're getting all the kinks out of all of our holes in our knowledge. Down here is going to be the dungeon, so we want to get. What do we want to get over here? What time is it already? It's already 7:10. Alright, I'm going to pause real quick. I gotta make like an animated like pause screen here too as well. Get this up. Okay, I will be right back. Oh, right, my apologies. Just getting a little bit of coffee. Alright. So, what do we want to do here? We are going to. Okay, so we fixed that. We have an armory room in here. Whoa! Whoa! Let's get rid of these guys because they're not supposed to be in here. This is a room armory. Cool, okay. Okay, let's get these statues out of here. First we're going to break prefab instances, and then we're going to get these Guardians of Light out of here. Boom, just like that. So we don't want the Guardians of Light inside of those. Go ahead and close these up. Cool. Okay. So that's that. Oh, we should have, it should be, yeah. So that'll just be black. So the skybox turns to black whenever we go through here, so that's, or whenever we actually run through the game. So that's not really a problem. So we're almost done with this hallway. I want to put a sequence in here. That's what I was working on, right? Okay, I was working on that's going to open that. So there's not going to be a handle here, but we're going to hold on to the switch. Whoop. And there's not going to be a handle here either. Actually, let's turn this back on. Okay, so basically what's going to happen is this. The player comes through here just like you saw me do, but the player does not get a light spell like I did. Because this is just here for me to test to make sure that those pieces were working. So the player's going to come through here, etc., grab a silver key, choose either left or right. The left goes to the Guardian of the halls of the Guardian of Light. The right goes down to the dungeon. So that will actually be a spiral staircase. Will lead down here next to here. Actually, that is perfect. This was completely accidental, but it's perfect. What's serendipity? So yeah, so the spiral staircase come down here. There'll be a dungeon that will be built out next to this dirt area here, and then that will extend over here. You will grab another key of light down there. That will give me the ability. So this whole dungeon will give me the ability to basically plan out the Skyrim-esque level pieces that will then all be down here in the prefabs. So we have room prefabs, right? So basically what I can do is just drag and drop. So this is giving me, there. I just drag and drop an entire piece there. Let me X that out. Just like, I really, god damn it, Unity. So yeah, just like that, see? So, and then you can just keep doing the same thing. You know what I mean? Just drag and drop them. So that gives this entire thing gives me the ability to do that, and then I can have different colors for this, right? Depending on what kind. Like I could put dirt on here if I wanted. I could just dirt up this entire thing, right? I'm not going to do that, of course, but you get the idea. So that's basically what we want to do, because the thing about this is there's only two of us, so we're trying to do everything not only as cleanly as we can, but also as efficiently. That really helps us. The more that you build that is procedural like that, the more like piecemeal that you get, almost like a Lego set, then the easier it is to build out whatever you have in your head at the time. Right, so if I come in one day and I'm like, I want to try this, this, and this, I have a bunch of these pieces already made for me, that I've already made myself, and then I can just throw them right in. You know, so that's brilliant. Okay. So this will light. Okay. Yeah, this is actually going to be perfect. So it lights that, it requires a torch. Ember Lit is not going to give a key. What it is going to do, however, is then, so effects, there we go. Turn these on, particles. And these are going to be very nice. This is very nice. And then the light is also going to be kind of that color. Okay. We're going to turn effects off. Alright, awesome. So those are going to be like that, and then what's going to happen is then it's going to activate this entire cascade. Alright, this cascade is going to, let's make sure we save, because we don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. Make sure you save at all times. Stop telling me stuff is missing. Okay, now we need the particle effect from the light spell. So what we're going to do is this, spells, light, oh, that is not it at all. Are you cast a light level 1? There you are. Alright, so there's going to be a sequence here where this little bulb of light comes out, and then the player will follow it. Whoops. The player will follow this little bulb of light, and the bulb of light is actually identical to the little ball of fuzzy particles that was actually the light spell. We're going to change the particles on those as well. I want them to be like more sparkly. But otherwise awesome. Okay, so that star particles, and then here it is. So this is what we want. Let's see here. Let me check the renderer. Oh, this is on default particles. We do not want that. We want leaves, jars. Pretty cool. Glass refractive. I have to find out where it is, what it's called. It's called something. There's a special one that came with something I downloaded. Let's go with default particle for now. Where is it? Let me see. It's here somewhere. It's under standard assets. It's under SkyFX pack. Shine 3. That's what this is called. Okay, star particles, we want that. We want Shine 3. Let's see if it's in here. Shine 3. There we go. Look at that. Let's get a rotation on there. There we go. Yeah, I really dig that. Start size, let's change the size random between 0.1 and 0.5. Let's do the color over lifetime, he already has that. Make it 90%, very nice. Break prefab instance. So now I think if I select it here and I bring it in, oops. Just want to make sure that I didn't actually mess with that. Okay, good. So that is Nick's original, and then we have our new one. Okay, so this is going to be the dude that you follow. We're going to bring him in and actually change his color. There we go. Very nice. Make it a little green. And then whitish. Awesome. Okay, so the whole idea is you're going to flip that, it's going to trigger the light. Oops, come on. Whoa, what is going on here? Oh, come on, man. Something isn't working now. Hold on. I'm gonna have to restart Unity. Hold on. I'm pressing F2 to rename something, and it's just kicking me out of the rename. I don't know why it's doing that. You have to download the new version of Unity. It really sucks whenever they have like a major update in the middle of, like, you know, whatever you're working on, because then the things will break. Not everything, but some things at least. I mean, you could count on it. What is going on? Wow, man. Wow, why can't I rename this? Wait, I can rename other things, but I can't rename this? What? Something's going on. Okay, let's see. After setting what again? Other people were having after setting content size fair to min preferred size. Point 2.0 F3. Let me see what I got. Point 2.0 F3. I have this one. People are having the same problem. Alright, content size fitter. So something here. Yeah, so everything else works. Fuck, as long, well, that's good. I mean, it's not good, but it's not terrible. Alright, whatever. So we'll just call it Casted Light for now, and then I'll, I guess, update the damn Unity project. Jesus. Alright, intersect 03 is going to be here, so this is going to be the spirit. Can I rename these? I can rename these. Okay, whatever. Okay, so he's going to start up here, right? He's also going to be off. Alright, so then... Let me see if I can do this, actually. There we go. Freaking perfect. So the spirit is going to be up here. The embrasure is going to activate the spirit. So we're going to have to bring our dude down, actually. Intersection. We're going to have to move our little guy. Basically put him So what do we got? Alright, we're going to move him, just because we're going to want to test this out pretty much over and over and over again. We're not going to have to want to run through everything, so let's just make sure he's where we need to be. How was that? That was probably those things. Alright, frame rate's pretty good. We're always working on modifications as well, because whenever we switched over to the new, using like the standard shader, it actually, yeah, it was a tiny bit of a performance hit as for when compared to use like the really simple Toon shader, but it's definitely worth it. So I just modified a lot of the textures, changed their sizes to max 512 by 512. Turned off, what did I turn off? MIP mapping, to lower the size, to lower overhead on the memory, to lower the memory footprint. Things like that. So we work around it, increase performance whenever it takes a small hit. So okay, so the brazier is going to, here it is, collision trigger. So then it's going to go through there. You're going to light it. That's fine, and then it's going to turn on Ember Lit, and turn off Ember Log. That's good. Okay, so it's going to turn on Ember Lit. So then it turns on Ember Lit, turns off Ember Log. Okay, cool. And then this. Let's see if this even works. Let me see. Gotta put a I'm just gonna put a torch in here. Grab this torch, and then we'll be able to use a torch to light the fire. Okay. Ah, okay, got it. I literally turned them off. Okay, cool. So now we're going to go. Okay, so Ember Lit is I'm going to use. Where are you? Embers, we're using those, using the Ember Lit shader. There we go. Environment Ember Lit. Okay. Again, this is not part of a prefab. We've broken the prefab instance, that way it won't be messing around with this one. Will not mess around with any of the other braziers that we were to have. These particles are okay, they're just not really thick at the bottom. Okay. There you go. There we go. Very nice. Alright, so then the okay. So then what we're going to do is halfway through there, we're going to do about 6 seconds in, we're going to do an on-off script, but we're going to want to move it, move up. This guy, here we go, move up. Move up, and then, oh, that's good, okay. One, and then we're going to just basically have it just turn on. Do a one-time use, delay it about 8 seconds. We're going to have it turn on, where are you? Cast delay. Actually, it'll turn on the whole spirit. Throw in the entire spirit. There we go. Alright, now the spirit is going to then have her own stuff. Okay, so get a box collider on there, make it very small. Okay, so we got a tiny little thing, and then we're going to do a move object trigger. This is going to be automatic. It's going to be the entire spirit. Okay, it's going to be the y-axis -2. No, it's going to be more than that. -5. Time use timer. Let's see for 5 seconds. Let's see how fast it goes. Alright, let's just make sure this whole this works. Alright, we'll grab the torch. Wait 8 seconds and then it should come down through the... Oh, wait a minute. This is off. Yeah, cast light's off. Whoops. I never would be able to see it because the nested child inside of spirit would have been off. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, let's see where it is. It's there. Alright. I'll just turn it on anyway. See what happens for 5 seconds. I think it's moving up. Yeah, I think it was moving. Move the whole spirit. If we do -20 for 5 seconds, let's see. It's not rotating, right? It has a float up and down script. Let's take that off, see if that has anything to do with it. That's what it was the float. Okay. Okay. Let's keep that off. Component. Okay, cool. Man, this place is big, huh? Okay. Alright, that's what it was. So now we got the float off of it, so we're going to take, it's not going to be that, it's going to be the z-axis. Let's do -2. Let's see what direction it's going to be, positive, negative. Okay, so it's going to be 1, 4, 10 seconds. Okay, whoa, whoops. Going to be for 5 seconds. So 0 is going to be for -2. It's going to be, okay. Then we're going to put it up where it's got to be, which is above the thing. We want it to come down and land on the fire. There we go. Hello. So nice. So nice. But we're going to go up one more. There we go. So now it's going to land in front of the fire, and then it's going to take you down. And it's going to show the player. Damn close. Damn close. Boop. Let's try that. Again, it's moving down the y-axis -2 units every second for 5 seconds. So it's going to go right there. Oh, that is beautiful. So that's where the fire is going to be, it's where the embers are, and then it's going to move down that way. We want to take off the ability for it to burn out. Okay, so the duration for this is going to be very long. We're going to have it for like at least a minute. flickering light script. Alright, cool. So it's flickering, that's fantastic. Awesome. Again, what we're doing is we're just working on the scripting, so the player will come here, light that brazier, it'll activate this spirit. Spirit comes, is basically talking to you the whole time, so we'll have VO, it'll be telling you what, like, about the Battle of Garradon, what the Guardians of Light, and then it's going to move this way, and then as it moves this way, how many stats? They feel pretty bad. Oh wow, it's just really hyper FPS, hyper frame rate. Look at those normal maps, baby. Alright, as it come this way, and as it passes here, it's going to light, this will light with an actual casted light spell, and those arms will raise. Then that will open this door. It will continue down the hallway. It will do it again because there was a second one. Let me pull this switch just for now. Yeah, there's going to be another one. I'm going to empty this out, put an alcove in here with another one. Actually, I'll empty this one out. I'll make it lopsided. That'd be pretty. Come down here, it'll open this door. This door will then connect to here. Excuse me. I'll have bones and rusted swords scattered throughout here. And you'll go there, excuse me, and then you'll turn a corner, and then this is the Guardian of Light. I guess den. I'm going to increase the size of these walls. I'm probably going to double or triple them. So you'll have just like a big area, and that's the boulder there. That boulder leads into our other intersection that actually led us around here the first time. I gotta put a wall piece there. Do I gotta put one over here too? Yeah, 2 wall pieces, please. Alright, cool. So that was that. So basically what'll happen is you'll have a torch. Nicholas is working on implementation for inventory, so we have an inventory system here. So I have a torch here. You'll have a torch, you'll be able to activate it, put it in your hotbar, activate it, like carry it around, and then use it, and then click on this. And then that will bring the little dude down, and then he'll continue onward. I'm digging it. I'm super digging it. Okay. So that's all that will be. So let's turn the spirit off completely. Let's also, that sound, I do not want the sound spelled like, I think that's that right there. Alright, so we ignite that. I gotta put like an ignite sound on that. It'll come down after 8 seconds. Here it is. So right there. Then it'll speak to you. And then it'll move down this way. Awesome. So I believe that was the negative z-axis. Let me see here. And I could put all of that right on, it's not right here. I'm going to put all of that right on the spirit itself, right there. And I can do move object again. Spirit, just like this. This is so perfect. -2, and it's going to be a one-time use. It's going to be delay and a timer. So the delay is going to be, let's make it 5 seconds. So it'll move down 5 seconds, then it'll move across for, I don't know, let's say 10. All right, go ahead and save. It's amazing what you can do with just really simple triggers. Just on, off, just turn things on and off, and then Nicholas made a move, so you can just move things. There we go. I'll have like a VO, the screen will shake, particles will be coming down from the ceiling, just like the other VO triggers. Wrong direction. It's gonna go into the wall. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I think it's really moving. Alright, so it's going to be 2. My bad. My bad. Okay, cool. And you just hook everything up. You just put each thing, each successive piece of the trigger, each successive piece of the sequence will be on the trigger at different times. You just have them delay and move it on timer. There we go. And then I could put a pause in there, no problem. So it's going to move down this hallway. Cool. Alright, cool. So we're going to have the dude go to 8 seconds. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to just turn it on. That way it just automatically just does what it's got to do without me having to keep waiting on the brazier. And I just turn straight off. Okay, it's coming down. Very cool. Then it's going to go across. I want it to stop basically directly in front of the Guardian. Pretty damn close. Alright, cool. And then it's going to move again. It's going to move up to the arms of the Guardian. In the arms of an angel. I believe that's probably a positive. That's probably going to be a positive. So move it 2. We're going to do one-time use. We're going to delay it for 18 seconds. It's going to do it for 2 seconds. Let's see. Let's see. It's just all about timing, so we just have to keep all these numbers in our head. And here it comes. Again, there'll be VO, it'll be talking to you, it'll be telling you all about the ancient battle, it'll be telling you all about Gargadon, sorry. And then it's going to move. Oh, that was cool. That is exactly what I wanted to do. That's awesome. 5, 10. Oh, 13, I think. I think that was what I did wrong. So 5 seconds. Yeah, 13, that's what it is. So down, over, over and up, and then back. It's going to move back again. I'll just have it reverse that, no problem. And then me watching this sequence will then allow me to then write a script for the voiceover. Nice. Up there it'll cast a spell, so then it'll cast a light spell to let the player know that when he gets the light spell, oh sweet, I have some more viewers. So basically let me show you what I got going on here. So essentially what's happening is, let me grab this. So this is our test piece, this is our little test plate here. This allows you to learn a spell at will. We'll just move that over. This is just for debugging purposes for exactly what I have going on here. So let me move this. So here's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to turn him off. Alright, cool, so it's not there. So if I click on this, it'll give me the light spell, right? There, I just casted a light spell. You can actually see the light. You can see all the normal mapping, excuse me, that's my Pittsburghese. Alright, so basically what happens is these Guardians of Light are statues, but you can cast them. We have an invisible collider box inside that when you cast a light spell on it, it will activate a trigger, right? You could do that in certain sequences. That's just part of the puzzle. We're also going to I want to put in some sounds for like almost like music notes to let you know whether you're doing it in the proper sequence or not. And we can have that move and then reverse if you don't have it within a certain time frame. Etc., etc. So we're doing that. Actually, does that turn off? Yeah, it turns off. Okay, cool. You see my mana bar in the bottom left. Alright, cool. So basically what we're doing here is we are making it so that, okay, so the spirit is a spirit of this area, of this dungeon, of this castle, basically the castle light. And the spirit will basically be telling you all of these things. The voiceover will let you know about the ancient battle of the Dark King Gargadon, who swept over the land eons ago, killed everybody in the entire land, and then took it over, basically. He'll come up there, he'll cast the light spell, he'll tell you how to activate it once you get the spell. But the whole idea is you're going through this dungeon to get these 2 keys of light to then get up to the throne room, which is where the ancient spellcasters used to be. There are 7 seals in order to get through the Dark King Gargadon's fortress, and you have to have all 7 major spells and then use them within certain sequences. Basically, it's just a harder and harder and harder puzzle sequence of like the entire game is essentially what it is. It's also open world, so it's basically like, think of like the first Legend of Zelda game, where you can go to any temple that you wanted, The same with Ocarina of Time, really, kind of. But Ocarina of Time's, a lot of them you couldn't even get into unless you had the key for the locks, right? Unless you had the bombs to get through, like Dodongo Cavern or whatever. But essentially that's what it is. So you gain these major spells. You also have minor spells peppered throughout the entire world. You can go anywhere that you want. There's a garden system, so you plant seeds and grow berries, so you can smash them and make potions for mana and health and various other things too. Maybe temporary haste potions, things like that. So that's what we're doing right now. We're making this sequence for this. We have about 11 minutes to go. Nice hand, dude. Very nice hand. Alright. Sorry. Alright, cool. So we have, let's see, we have, yeah, it's really coming together. It's really coming together. This will likely not be the finalized version. We're going to use this for the demo. But the more that we build through this together, the more that we think that this isn't really suitable for like a Dungeon of Light or a Castle of Light. These rocks and the mortar and everything, but it's definitely for like a regular dungeon. Pause. Alright, my apologies. Alright, so, very cool. I apologize for the lighting. I do have to get like a professional system set up, but I want to get some more followers. Or we also want to get we want to get this demo out, right? So the demo we want to be by the end of May. We're hoping we're shooting for the end of May, which is why I'm not going to undo any of this. So the Dungeon of Light it'll probably be a castle instead of a dungeon. But that'll be like a finalized version, post demo. But the demo basically is just getting all the ideas in place, showing the player what it's going to be like, showing the gamers what it'll be like. It'll be a whole flow system. It'll be it'll be from home into the dungeon to into the Dungeon of Light to do all this stuff, collect the light spell, take it back. You don't when you get a spell, you only get the spell book. Then you have to go back to your house, and there's a crafting system, and you have to actually craft the spell using the items that you find peppered throughout the world. So the demo will include all of that flow. Just one dungeon, just 1 out of 7. 7 potential. We're shooting for 5 to 7, but I'm really hoping to get to 7. I'm hoping to do 7 to 9, but we'll see what happens. But that's over a long, drawn-out period. We do have an end goal in mind for the game itself. Alright, so let's make sure that this actually reverses. Stuff that's timed takes a while because you got to keep watching it. So we want it to go, and then we want it to go right back to where it was. So it'll go up, it'll cast a light spell, and then it'll reverse and come back down. Oh, that is so awesome, dude. That is so awesome. So it'll do that. It'll cast a light spell. It'll trigger the Guardian's trigger. The movement. That's freaking awesome. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to actually do this. So let's do, let's continue the spirits movement first. We'll do the entire movement, at least get to the end, and then it was on the x-axis, right? It was on the z-axis, right? 2, and then it's going to go for another 10 seconds. So it's going to do the entire sequence, and then it's going to cast a light spell. So I'm going to have an invisible light spell there. It'll just turn it on, super simple. Then it'll lower the arms, and then that will raise the door, and then everybody will be happy and go through. So then it'll be one-time use. So we're going to delay that on a timer 4, it's like 17 seconds. It's going to do that for another 10 seconds. Let's check it. Okay. This is going to be a really cool sequence. Okay, going to go up there, it's going to cast a spell immediately, then come back down, those arms will be raising, the door will be opening, the player will be looking the entire time. Let's pull this down, let's open it up so it can follow. That's perfect, because then there's going to be another guardian right there. So let's put that in right now. We have still a little bit over 5 minutes. Alright, so we're going to remove the tapestry. Actually, wait. Let's make sure we save. Let's save. Always save. Okay, so the tapestry. I'm going to remove this. I think there's an invisible collider. There it is. The height is, we're going to make it 10, and then we're just going to move it over. Just so it just affects. So we have this capsule collider back here. The pill collider, quote unquote, whatever you want to call it, and it is attached to this, for this tapestry. This tapestry is connected to it, so the tapestry won't blow through the wall there, wall. So these doors will not have levers. I'm using those right now just to debug this entire thing, but eventually when this is finished, those levers are going to come out, and there'll be no way to go through this door unless you activate the brazier. Alright, so now we're going to get rid of, I think, the wall secret and that. Okay, cool. And then we have an alcove. Let's get rid of, where are you? Right here. Okay, and then we're going to grab, where are you? This, and then we're going to get 6. This is going to be room 6. So we're going to grab room 5's alcove. There it is. We're going to grab it. We're going to put it in room 6, put it in the shell. Cool, and then we're going to go ahead and move it. Actually, let's rotate it first. Hell, while we're here, and then we're going to move it over this way, and then up. Cool. Awesome. That's pretty much perfect. Look at that. Boop. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. I love when a plan comes together. So it only took about 4 months. It took a season. It took 1/3 of a year to get to where we are now, literally from nothing. We started from nothing, and I have pictures of all that crap too. So I'll definitely post that up, like beginning to end. Like this is where it started with 2 people making this game. Coder and an artist, and there you go. Alright, so then it goes through, and it'll do exactly the same thing for this guy, right? God, this is exciting. This is super, super exciting. So we have the spirit, so the spirit's going to come through, it ends there, and then it's going to do, again, it's going to do another move. Let's move all this crap out of here. Where are you? You are there. So it's going to be, I think, -2 and 1. It's going to be one-time use, delay, timer, and then reverse. God, who knew that was going to be so cool? And then it's going to be the spirit again. Go ahead and save. It's almost 8 o'clock. So it's 27 seconds in. It's going to be for 2 seconds. Alright, let's watch this whole sequence. Again, this is the spirit telling you how to activate these, because you do not currently have the light spell. The spirit is just telling you. And then things like this are going to be peppered throughout the entire game. So this sequence is very important, because you'll get the light spell at the end of this dungeon. He'll go up there, he'll cast light, those arms will move, this door will open, he will continue talking to you, he or she, they, let's say they, will continue talking to you, moving, that door will already be open because he activated it. Let's see, it goes up, casts a spell in that one's arms, comes back down, and then continues again. And then this door will open as well. And then that'll go through, it'll continue moving, it'll continue telling you, and then it will retreat. Actually, no. It'll either retreat, I'll think about it today, throughout the day. I don't know if it'll retreat back into the ceiling in like an identical intersection from over there. But then you will continue into there. That will be, I'm going to build out that room itself, but that's like the main room for the Guardians of Light. So I'll have like weapons peppered throughout there. This is where Garradon came in. He basically came in, flooded this area centuries and centuries ago, killed everybody here, and took over the entire land. So now his forces are everywhere. So yeah, so that's pretty awesome. That is incredible. So far, so good. Okay, so 2-1, 13-second delay. It's going to be on the Z-axis. Let's move it again. Boop. Delay, timer, another 10 seconds. 79, delay by 20. So far it's only 30 seconds, which is good. That's a pretty big sound file though for a voiceover. So I'll probably cut it up. I'll probably cut up in a few small ones, and then I'll taper them and time them. I do not want to reverse that. Z-axis by 2. Cool. Whew. This is amazing. This is coming along a lot better. Like, I kind of had like a semi-dream about this last night. So anyway, to show you the full sequence, the spirit is going to be off at first, right? And it's connected to the brazier. So the brazier will activate the spirit. Where are you? Mesh, ember lit, spirit. It will activate the spirit 8 seconds into the burn time. So let's go into, where are you? Over there. Again, I'll have to rebuild this out. I'm going to think more on this tonight. Or today, rather, I should say. Oh, well, none of these are on. Alright, we're going to turn this off. This is just here just to help the player out. Just to kind of debug this entire thing. So eventually, we don't have it implemented yet, but it is getting implemented. Let me show you. We have the inventory system. So we have an inventory system here. We're still working on getting these things into a hotbar, so it'll be like a really short hotbar. Basically, you'll pick up a torch, it'll put it in your hand, but it'll put it in your inventory. You can take this, drag it down to your hotbar, and then you can select it. You can kind of scroll through them using bumpers. We have it right now. This is Xbox controller compatible. It's also keyboard compatible. But then you'll be able to kind of select through them via hotbar, and you'll just basically be picking, bringing them up in front of you like a first-person game. Pick and bring up in front of you. So then you'll basically have this torch. You bring it down to your hotbar, use it. You'll be carrying it. Okay. You'll be carrying it around. Then you use that to then light this fire. Right now, the fire checks to see if you have the torch in your inventory somewhere. The answer is yes. But eventually we'll have a trigger, and then the trigger will ask if you have it in your hand. There you go. So this will come down. You'll activate that. They'll begin talking to you, telling you all about the battle, the great battle centuries ago, etc., etc. Tell you that they are activating these. Holy shit, is that just working? Oh my god, it's just working. This is amazing. I did not know it would do that. Oh my god, that's awesome. So here's the thing, is these dudes, these arms have a collider on them, this pill collider. If this pill collider contains the object casted light, that's awesome. If it contains the object casted light, so that light is called casted light, and it moves into the pill collider, activates it, which activates the entire sequence. That's amazing. Can I do that right now? What time is it? 8:04? I think I could do this right now. Let me get this collider trigger. Nowhere to run, I see no future. Just time to change my mind, and that's what I see right through you. This is going to take a while, I think. So we're moving that and we're turning on the glyph. No rock and roll, girl, just fall asleep now. Alright. This is amazing. Okay, then we're going to do an on-off. We're gonna break the prefab for this entire alcove. Alright, and then where are you? Collider trigger. Then we're gonna just move this door as well. We're gonna move object on this. Copy component. No. I just opened up Visual Studio. Do not want. This is like Nicholas opening up Blender. Don't even want to look at it. Don't want to look at it. I know, that's fine. Don't care. Get out of here. Don't care. Alright, so this, let's see, let's test this out. Let's see if this works. Come on. Get out. There we go. Come on. Okay. So now let's check out. The larger flame is needed. Alright, let's watch. Let's watch. Here it comes. Begin speaking to you. There'll be particles dropping from the ceiling, like dust particles. A tiny bit of a screen shake, maybe if it's around. Maybe we'll put it around the light. So here we go. Holy shit, it worked. Oh my god, this is amazing. I didn't think it would be this quick. I didn't think it would work this quick. Okay, so this whole switch is gone, right? Getting rid of it. Going in save, because we no longer need it. Alright, and then the same with this. We're going to attach this. That's room 05. Alright, so this is also going to be attached. So let's game object. Let's break prefab instance. Collider trigger. Alright, cool. So these are going to be copied as well. Copy component, collider trigger, on off. Paste component values. Same with this. Is going to be the door. It's just going to be a simple move. Copy component. There we go. Move. And then paste component values. Okay, and then we're going to have to go because this is taking up too much of my time this morning. I've been doing it for an hour and 5. I'm pretty much good with that. Alright, let's try it again. And then we'll adjust the audio so you can hear the audio of the glyphs turning on and the doors opening from farther away. Because right now I have it maybe within like 15 or 20 units, and it's pretty close. So you gotta be pretty close to it. I think I'll have it actually cast the light spell on those as well, so the player knows what's happening. cool. There you go. And there you go. That's an entire sequence. Wow. In an hour. Roughly an hour. Of course, it took me a couple of weeks to get all this stuff set up so I could do something like this, but I just had kind of a thought about this last night. I had a semi-dream about it, so I wanted to implement it before I left today for my day job. So that's fantastic. That's fantastic. So now what we're going to do is we're going to grab room 01, copy component, FPS controller, paste component values, and the player's back up here. Boom. And then we save it like nothing ever happened. There we go. Alright, well, thank you so much for joining me. There's a couple of errors there. It's throwing some errors at me, some warnings, but whatever. Thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to follow. You can check a couple of different links I got there. I got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm going to be putting some more stuff up. We are going to be getting a website up in the next couple of weeks, we think, but we would like to get a demo out by the end of May. You'll be able to play through and see for yourself what the game's all about. Alright, so thank you so much for joining. Be sure to follow, like I said, follow here on Twitch as well. I send stuff all the time. I show constant updates on especially our Facebook. So, ta-ta. Have a great Monday.